What's going on, folk? In this video, we're gonna be working on 3 cars again. I don't know if that's like a new thing, like we're just working on 3 cars, but we're gonna do 3 cars. First, we're gonna work on a new Civic that I just got, which I'll explain after we do some work on it. 2, we're gonna work on a little S13 action. We're gonna talk about some things after that car too. And then third, the last and final car is a car that you have probably only seen like on pictures. You probably haven't seen one in person. You know what I'm saying? It's a rare car. Not necessarily the coolest car, but kind of rare. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely unexpected, especially for the channel. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So boom, check it out, stick around, and after the intro, you already know.
DJ. The tables turned. Reel it back one time. Okay. Don't it touch.
It's so tremendous.
Tony Todd. Yo, I be the mic smoker.
Do it to us perfect. Derek better have them shots pulled up, man. This year I mean all business, authentic. Real verse fake, it's easy to fall victim. Flowing, keep it outgoing like a call center. That's why when I see food, I be having these raw dinners. Wait, no jitter, look my nigga, I'm getting used to it. Tough skin, so I'm putting the tattoos to it. Loose skin, so I'm known for spitting the true fluid. I'm still moving, but I ain't stopping till my crew moving like a tow truck. Smoking dope with the dough shut. I told the homies that my concentration back. I'm Floyd made with a combination attack. They can't hit me, I got them dizzy, I'm definitely intact. Hey, ring the alarm, I'm like CP4. Passionate on the cold, but I'm building with a state farm. My day ones like to kick it like Draymond. No high kicks, but we as high as it gets. Let's go.
Old school coming down on the app. Our hands on me, wanna touch, no tag. Counting up like I'm doing the dash. Still moving on the way to a bag. Old school coming down on the app. Our hands on me, wanna touch, no tag.
No tag.
Counting up like I'm doing the dash.
Count it up.
Still moving on the way to a bag.
Hustled out of pocket, turn it into the profit. So many tried to block it, but I did it regardless. Either you with us or you part of the problem. I know they want me back down on the bottom, I got 'em. It's all part of my process. How you get the Rolex and he ain't even on yet? Nigga, I'm immortal, I be thinking beyond death. I'ma live forever long as they playing my song next. My blood burning like a fireplace. Henny with the water chase. And these niggas still hating like they Charlemagne. But I'm paying no mind, grinding, do me. Hotel filled with groupies with my homies blowing the wind.
Old school coming down on the app. Our hands on me, wanna touch, no tag. Counting up like I'm doing the dash. Still moving on the way to a bag. Old school coming down on the app. Our hands on me, wanna touch, no tag. Counting up like I'm doing the dash. Still moving on the way to a bag.
5th year of these big years y'all been giving me. Self-motivated, I'm the coldest with a vintage thieves. On my riders, water and Hennessy. Hey yo, I came up ballin', so it's a motherfucking gym to me. If you ain't dropping gems, you could drop like John Kennedy. I take that back, cause look what God's giving me. I can't complain, I'm working on a different me. You living life on the moon and you can't see it, whoa. So keep rolling up. The difference between you and I is you ain't woken up. And Shiny Denver, I'm Jordan hitting the shoulder shrug. I'm tatted up like a subway, know how to code the subs. And I'm in my New Yorker buzz. See, I was in love with the music way before the love. It was rapping and boxing, that golden age of Golden Glove. Diving in, creating history on Simon's lens. Hey, Breezy, tell these niggas what we riding in when we slide through.
Old school coming down on the app. Our hands on me, wanna touch, no tag. Counting up like I'm doing the dash. Still moving on the way to a bag. Old school coming down on the app. Our hands on me, wanna touch, no tag. Counting up like I'm doing the dash. Still moving on the way to a bag.
All right, folk, check out your boy. It's sunny out here. Okay, so let's talk about this Civic real quick, right? So hold on, before I talk about this car, I guess I kind of have to talk about the other car first, right? So my silver Civic this car. I've had this car for just over a year now, and it's served me pretty well. I've been doing a ton of work to it, and you know, just everything else. It's taken me all over this Florida. It's, you know, driven with AC. You know what I'm saying? I've been figuring out little issues with it, you know, just as time goes on, a bunch of little problems, you know what I'm saying, this, that. And I've been solving more and more things, doing more modifications, and getting the car to run better and better and better and better until to the point where it's at now. But the bottom end, the rings are going bad, and it's pushing crankcase ventilation through my breathers I have in the back of the block and into the catch can, and it is pushing oil out of the motor into the catch can all over the firewall. So basically, the rings are gone. It still runs, it still drives. If I were to block the ports and stuff like that, essentially the car would just smoke really bad. But it still runs, drives, VTECs. It's just now pushing the compression past that through the block, and it's pushing oil and everything out of the fucking motor. The motor itself is still okay. So if I were to put high compression pistons in there or something like that, essentially I could remain with this engine combination. My problem being is that the bottom end is a non-VTEC bottom end, and the difference between a VTEC bottom end and a non-VTEC bottom end is the VTEC bottom ends were meant to naturally rev high, 8,000, 9,000, right? So this bottom end was meant to rev to 6 grand, and I'm revving it to 8,000, right? So it's like you have an unstable bottom end. The oiling system's not meant to support that, you know what I mean? So we kind of cheat the system by doing the ARP rod bolts to make sure that the rods don't let go because the bolts are really weak. And then also, you know, 20-50 weight oil in order to sustain oil pressure at high RPM, keep the, you know, life of the engine going as good as possible. VTEC motors have crank girdles in them. So factory crank girdles. So Hondas, the economy engines don't have the extra fun parts. Crank girdle being one of them. This motor is also one of those motors, no crank girdle. So it's like when you rev high, it becomes less stable. The cranks are not, again, they're not meant to rev really past 6,500, 6,000, you know, whatever. They're meant to be it's a 2-liter motor. It's meant to be kind of torquey with low compression so you can put cheap gas in it and drive it in a small SUV. Now, man, it's fucking bright out here. Really bright out here. So, this car. I went through several options. I actually have a list at somewhere, and I have like 10 options for my list. The first option is, originally I was gonna take just find another B20 off the street and just take one block out, put one block in, boom, just be back on the road. Other option was do high compression for that motor or buy another one, build it to high compression. But you know, stuff like that, you know, kind of chase that rabbit hole down there. This was my other option, was to try to find this just a short block or a long block or a swap, whatever the case is. And those are some of the other options, but the best option for me is to just buy an entire car that has the motor I want in it. Now, I'm not keeping this car. I'm still keeping my silver car. My silver car is in fantastic shape, and I like that car a lot. This car is also actually in really good shape despite, you know, faded paint, typical bullshit, whatever. A couple little tiny rust hole in the back corner, but overall the interior is actually really nice in this car. So like, this car is actually not a bad car. And like I said, I bought this car for this swap, right? Now, this also needs work too. And then when I purchased this car, I was hoping that this didn't need any more work. I could just reseal this motor, pull one out, put one in, and kind of be done. But even with that being said, this motor runs really damn good, and I'm pretty sure that this is a lot faster than my setup in there. To be fair though, we have a 2-liter bottom end, but it's a non-high revving bottom end, and I don't know what the tune is in the computer. I don't know there's a lot of like unknown variables, right? Besides the things that I have done myself. So it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch of like little things, just they add up. Now it's not like this car's any different, this motor's any different, but when I first drove this car, VTEC not working, it ripped, and I'm just like, wow, I was like, I'm pretty sure this thing would hand my car its ass, right? So like, right off the top, I'm just like, okay, we got something going on here. So in the video, what you saw me do was remove the valve cover, remove the cam trace, right? And then the car's VTEC was not VTECing like it should. I was hearing some noise, and I was also hearing, I was hearing noise, but I was also hearing like it sounded like VTEC only on some of the cylinders, not all the way across. So there's an O-ring in the center that is what, let me rephrase it, hold on, let me back up, it sounds stupid. So you get oil pressure from the block, oil pressure gets into the solenoid here, then when VTEC engages, that means the RPMs are up high enough and the other certain conditions are met. The solenoid opens, which pushes oil in the top of the motor, and it ends up locking the trays for the VTEC section, which is, a VTEC is a higher cam lobe, and non-VTEC, or driving normal, you have a smaller cam lobe, VTEC is a higher cam lobe. So it's like having a racing cam and a stock cam at the same time is essentially what VTEC is. So the oil pressure comes in, goes all the way through, locks the pins from one side to the other, and then you have VTEC, so you have high cam on all 4 cylinders. I've been noticing that I'm getting high cam like partially on 2 cylinders and like definitely not on the others. It's not functioning as it should. So there's an O-ring right here in the center that's what you watched me replace, that one little guy. And I'm like, oh man, these are, known to go out, whatever. Change the O-ring, put it back together. It made the issue a little bit better, but still had the same issue. So unfortunately for me, that thing, all that work for that stupid little O-ring wasn't enough. Now, discovering, or I should say, diving into it further, my buddy's like, my homie Mark Slot, he's like, hey, the lost motion assemblies are known in those motors to, I'll leave it open until it closes by itself. He's like, hey, they're known to fail on these motors, and being that's a first year of that engine, that makes a lot of sense, right? And if those a lost motion assembly sounds rather strange, right? But of course I don't have any heads taken apart, but basically you have your 2 cams, and then underneath your cams where your VTEC lobes are, there's these little springs with these little, I don't know what you call them, like a little lifter looking thing, right? So essentially there's oil pressure in those, and it keeps the tension on the VTEC lobe, so that way it makes sure the pin that slides across the cam locker for VTEC all functions as it should. I noticed that when I rev up that motor and I manually turn VTEC on from the outside of the car, that I hear a lot of metallic noises, and I'm like, oh man, that's not good. So to test the theory of the lost motion assemblies also being, good or bad, I took the 2050 weight oil out of this car and I put it in that car. Rather than buy new oil for that car, because I'm literally about to pull this motor here shortly, I'm like, let me just test it out. Let me put some thicker oil in there. And by putting thicker oil in there, it is working better. So yeah, it sucks because it's just like, now I'm in another dilemma to where it's like, yeah, just real simple. I can, pull the cams out, because you have to pull the cams out, so take the entire top end apart, pull the cams out, replace the lost motion assemblies, go from there. But if you pull cams out, you might as well put bigger cams in it, you know what I mean? But to put bigger cams in it, I have to do springs and retainers. So it's like, it's just a rabbit hole, right? So it's like, okay, this, then this, then this, then, right? If we talk about that rabbit hole, this head already has a ported intake. This has springs and retainers already, and the VTEC works phenomenal on this motor. So essentially, I could just take this head off and put bigger cams in this head and put this one on that block. You see where I'm going with this? It's a rabbit hole with a rabbit hole, you know what I mean? So Yeah. And then if I take the head off the other motor, you got to put a head gasket on it. Well, then I might as well put high compression pistons in it. And yeah, see where I'm going with this? You know, one thing after the other. So I have a different plan. I'm not doing all that kind of stuff. I wanted this setup. I feel that this setup would work really well in general. Because I have to do lost motion assemblies, I will probably end up getting some Type R cams for it or something, and lost motion assemblies. I'll have to do springs and retainers. I'm not gonna pull it off that head there. I wanna leave that one alone. I got a couple plans with that because that also involves this car here. So this car has a VTEC motor in it, but a 1.6 liter. I have a block over here that my homie Mark Slot gave me. So I have a secondary plan, which is a partial revitalization plan for this car too. This car should be fun. I'm gonna do a cheap version of this car first to get it fucking working, and then we'll go crazy down the road when I gotta do all my crazy wild shit I'm supposed to be doing to that car. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that whole setup. So yeah, long story short, this car still runs and drives, but it's in here now. I'm gonna pull the motor out of this here soon. I gotta rearrange the shop to do that, so that way I can pull it easily and kind of like be able to dump it outside in the back, so I could pressure wash the engine bay and kind of do all that stuff. So that's how we gonna do them Honda things. Now, let's go check out that car.
DA got the dope, my chopper got the scope. I'm working mixing coke. I put my faith in God, but now I'm losing hope. So I'ma pray to that dope, put my faith in my work. I thank the Lord for my blessing. Lord knows it could be worse. I got some niggas in the pen, I got some niggas on the shirt. Lord knows I've been stressing, I just tryna make it work. Stretching mollies, cutting perks, I'm just working with my work. Father God, I've been losing faith, every day it hurts. Before I pray at the church, I put my faith in my work. I hit my plug for the work, he say he dry, it really hurt. Ain't got no weed, got no perk, ain't got no lean, got no syrup. I'm like, damn, golly, I can't even serve a quarter. Told my patients, keep their patience, right now my trap out of order. All my smokers need their weed, all my snorters need their Yola. All the crackheads getting grouchies, all the shermheads want their water. I had a job at Panera Bread, I took that work to work. I was selling niggas bagels, I was selling niggas perks. I quit my job, had to jug and rob. Pray to God, but it ain't work. I tried to work, but it ain't work. So I'm working with that work. Sleeping on the floor and started kicking doors. I ain't had nowhere to go, no food or clothes. Pray to God, but nobody knows. Hey, get the plug on the phone. He got the dope. DA got the dope. My chopper got the scope. I'm working mixing coke. I put my faith in God, but now I'm losing hope. So I'ma pray to that dope, put my faith in my work. I thank the Lord for my blessing. Lord knows it could be worse. I got some niggas in the pen, I got some niggas on the shirt. Lord knows I've been stressing, I just tryna make it work. Stretching mollies, cutting perks, I'm just working with my work. DA think they got a case, but I'ma make them work. Fuck the DA, fuck the state, fuck the judge and county clerk. Had to get it out the mud, mix the water with the dirt. I'm not a middleman, a plug. I got water, I got perks, I got molly, I got syrup, I got rounds, I got pounds. From the ghetto to the birds, ship them pounds to your town. I could send them on the plane, I could send them on the hound. Before I ship them off, I pray, I got faith they touching down. It's a struggle to survive, we out here dodging them peoples. Pops locked back up in county, he was swiping them visas. Saw his A-League grew a struggle with my sister, 3 brothers. We shared our shoes and shared the room, we stepped on floors and shared covers. I used to dream I made the league and call plays in the huddle, but reality for me was hitting stinks, serving cluckers. Mama told me keep my faith, but now I'm losing hope, so I'ma pray to that dope, put my faith in the work. DA got the dope, my chopper got the scope. I'm working mixing coke. I put my faith in God, but now I'm losing hope. So I'ma pray to that dope, put my faith in my work. I thank the Lord for my blessing. Lord knows it could be worse. I got some niggas in the pen, I got some niggas on the shirt. Lord knows I've been stressing, I just tryna make it work. Stretching mollies, cutting perks, I'm just working with my work.
Come view the style of the unibrow Unabomber, who maneuver through the drama with the suit of armor. Moving calmer than the Buddha, ducking funeral parlors. First the hootin' hollering, and then the shooting startup. Cue the saga, the root of order. Evil ain't the paper with the ego, but what people would do for dollars. Let off a troop of hollows from German Rugers, they used to do the honors. Congruent with shit that I do to rhymers. On Deuteronomy, ain't shit niggas can do but honor me. What I'm quoting is God's scope to come view the pottery. I blaze by graveyards and destitute economies, full of thug bones for refusing to move in harmony. Drug trafficking, slugs blasting, we move accordingly and run faster than blood travels through human arteries. We know exactly what it means when niggas show 9s, 22s, 4-5s. We studying numerology, nigga.
What it is, ho? 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 What it is, ho?
Bitch, who the fuck is you? 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 Out the way, it's a real nigga coming through. Out the way, it's a real nigga coming through. Who the fuck is you? 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 Out the way, it's a real nigga coming through. Out the way, it's a real nigga. Every bar is a part of the murder wrath. Called Peter, them people chopping a bird in half. Break it further down to whatever's gonna earn the math. Exchange pounds for dollars and never converted cash. Welcome to the South where they serving the dirt and grass. The streets ain't safe, I prefer the deserted path. Was walking with my Walkman one day when I heard a blast. Loud enough to shatter the earth in the thirds, I gasped. Hard ass, and my legs got to turning fast. Straight past the
Eyelid shoulder. The S13. Okay. So here's what sucks. I have been battling this car's front wheels, constantly going flat, over and over and over, whatever. And to be fair, I think that it's I think it was due to, I might have thrown it out. Not these guys. I think it was due to the weird valve stems that it had in it. Man, I think I threw them out. Sorry about that, everybody. But yeah. So in the video, you watch me, take the wheels off, clean off all the bullshit, clean the lip edges. So the edges of the lip here were sharp and had like little cuts and stuff. Some of those cuts were actually from this car. When I go lock to lock, I don't have any lock stoppers in. The lock stoppers end up becoming my tension arm, as you can see here. Right, hold on. You see that? Yeah, this becomes my lock stop now. So I think what I'm gonna do is, this is a big thick ass plate. So I think what I'm gonna do is try to notch out a little loop and then weld a bar across the top to reinforce the top. Because, I mean, I'm not saying like the lock's like not good, but I don't want it to keep hitting that, and I want it to get high lock anyways. That's kind of like the point of the car. The car is to look as good as it can first and then perform as high end of a level as I possibly can. What I have there on this car is Phase 2 Motorsports tension arms, which push the tension arm away from the control arm. I didn't want to buy like my R32 has. Let's see if we can see it. Like my R32 has a one-piece control arm where you can see the tension arm scoops really far close to the firewall and stuff like that. And then also like the wheel is pushed, further out, plus it has a 1-inch spacer, et cetera, et cetera. So like this setup is like really extreme. This car is supposed to be like the cheaper version of that. But that tension arm is kind of out of the way, but if we look, it's not out of the way enough, right? I need it to be more out of the way. So I can do some slight modifications to it. But anyways, so the wheel from going lock, and I guess it's probably from when I was drifting. Maybe some of my spin outs at my drift event day that I took the car to was from potentially going to lock, not realizing that I'm at lock, and then slowing the wheel down, trying to stop the wheel. Those hits look like it's happened a couple times, but not a lot of times, you know what I mean? So maybe I could get away with just kind of shaving a small notch in there and smoothing it out, so if the wheel does hit it, that it'll roll instead of like grind and stop and catch and get chunks and shit, right? So you saw that, how to smooth that whole thing out, boom, cool, whatever. You see me put the tire on. Where my tire at? There we go. So I bought these cool ass hand cooks. Okay, so in a 225 35 18, you have like no cool tires available, right? As soon as you go to a 225 40 series sidewall, you can buy badass tires like these, right? These are the Greggio 7 RSs, and I used to have these on my black R35, which is my drift car, and then I couldn't get these tires anymore. That car's on 19s, but I couldn't get these tires anymore, so that car got switched to Accelera 651s. I haven't tested those out yet. We will hopefully do that here soon. But I didn't want a 40 series sidewall on this car, but I wanted a badass tire. So unfortunately, this is where I'm at here, is having a 40 series sidewall tire, right? I don't like the Mohawk stretch. I don't like the way that looks. I like a lower profile squared tire stretch. I think it looks really good. But I want a badass tire on this car, so that's kind of where I went with this one. That car I wanted to be on 225 35. That's what I wanted for this car, but this car is okay with not having super crazy tires like this. There's an aluminum block 4-cylinder in front of this car, an iron block 6-cylinder in front of this car. I wanted to make sure this car had enough grip in the front end to support that heavy weight on a 225 tire, right? This car, 225 tire all day, so I don't have to have potentially like a special tire. But a few years back, I came across these cool Hankook Ventus, whatever, something's, you know, whatever, but they were used tires. I'm like, yeah, who cares, whatever. I'm gonna throw these things on here. And so here's my problem. When I installed the tire, I did a slight, right here we go. I did a slight, can you see? Can you see it right there? Yeah, hold on a second here. Why is this thing not focusing? Here we go. I got a slight bead rip right here, just ever so slightly. Well, you cannot have any type of bead nothing whenever you stretch the shit out of some damn tires, right? Sometimes you get lucky if it's like a low stretch, but when you have like a super stretch like that, you can't have it. It leaked its ass off right there. I said, okay, cool, fuck it. And I was upset, but you know, I'm saying whatever. So off camera, I pulled the tire off. In pulling the tire off, the tire was so stuck because of the way the wheel is shaped that the back of the tire, okay, let me back it up. Normal wheels, the bell housing, you have a lip here, and then it'll stay skinny, and then you'll have a lip here. On 3-piece wheels, when you have dish with no step lip in it, it's a flat lip all the way to this point, and then from there, right? So when you go to remove a tire, as you're pulling the bar over the wheel here, the bottom of the tire bead actually flexes inwards and cups under. Well, because there's no drop center for the tire to do that, it becomes very difficult and it wants to fight you. So the tire doesn't want to lift up, it doesn't want to do anything to cooperate with you. So when I pull the bar over, I hear a tearing noise and I'm like, I've heard that before. I'm like, that's kind of gnarly. I'm like, all right, let me try to massage the tire some more and do this and do that. And I'm like, man, I couldn't get it to come up and do its thing. I took it back off, put it on the bead breaker, pushed the tire as far over as I could, put it back on the machine, did it again, and I ended up putting the pry bar right through the tire. Fuck yeah. Because at first I'm just like, all right, well, I'll just take these off, and then I have a skinnier set of wheels that I'll just throw these on, drift on them, or you know, something, just kill them for something else later on. Well, I'm not killing shit with those tires because I already killed it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of sucks, but I am going to try to do some ghetto fabulous shit and see if I can get it to seal enough to drift on them or something instead of just throw them away, because that would suck. Very unlikely. Man, what is going on with this shit? So, I don't know, man. Kind of sucks. But problem number 2 actually came in the form of these little fuckers here. And gray stuff, ultra gray. This is what I use for engine sealing. This is what I use to seal the wheels. This is excellent shit. However, every once in a while, sometimes you get one that's a little bit funny. And what happened is that one was the one I put the tire on. This one, the silicone didn't fucking dry. And it's actually been, how long has it been? It's been a little while. Hold on. Is that helpful? I don't know. It's been a little while, and by a little while, I mean it's been like a fucking week, and the silicone's still like a little bit tacky. So I think that the resin inside wasn't mixed very well, or whatever the case is. So I gotta wait a while for that, but I ended up ordering up some tires. hopefully they're brand new and not like new old stock, like with made in like 2015, but they're brand new still. Because man, that's gonna suck a lot. I didn't check that, but they were cool tires. So I'm like, all right, cool set of tires, at least something kind of cool for the 240. So it's like, yeah, a tire extravaganza. And what sucks about that is like that makes this car like unmovable. Not unmovable, like I just don't want to put monoblocks back on the car just to put it back on the ground. You know what I mean? I don't want to drive the car with monoblocks in the front and then, you know, the big dogs in the back. I want to be rocking all my chrome things at all times. Plus, the other side too is that with the smaller sidewall tire from the large sidewall tires that I had before, this also is going to get me some more wheel clearance. I've been fighting wheel clearance issues the whole time because with the car being, you know, low and then just the chassis, you know, the wheel wells is tight, you know, all the bullshit, whatever. When you want to be slammed and have clearance, it's like, well, you either have to like make clearance and like really, you know, tighten shit up, hammer shit, trim shit. You have to do a whole bunch of whatever. That's also why, if you guys watched several episodes ago, we cut this massive lip that used to be off on the fender here. Same reason, needed more clearance, needed more whatever. So I'm hoping that with the clearance, I'm just hoping there's no rubbing. I got it to where it shouldn't rub, but then I'm changing bumpers again for like the 6th time. So like there's the red bumper on the car now, but I actually have the other bumper that I'm gonna put on the car here. And I have to modify the shit out of this one. Don't worry, you guys are even part of this. I'm not looking forward to it because I know that's gonna be like a really big struggle just because like between tools and materials, it's like, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work, you know what I mean? So you have to stick around for that shit. I don't know how we're gonna get that, but we're gonna get that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's kind of where we're at the 240. Bunch of little weird bullshit, you know what I mean? Like it just kind of sucks because like if that was my daily driver, then I would have put the mono blocks in the front and I just had to keep cruising. I've done that before, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, you know, it kind of sucks. But I'm ready to, the Civic thing's fucking me up because it's taking up a shitload of my money and my time. And I've been wanting to spend my money and time on this car. So for now, I'm gonna have to just kind of let it rock on the Civic because the Civic is my daily driver, my grocery getter, my truck's truck. You know what I'm saying? Like I drive that car everywhere. If I have to go and pick up I don't know, something stupid somewhere else that's an hour away, I take the Civic, you know what I mean? So it's like, AC works, car's fun to drive, it rips, like, you know what I mean? Like, it looks cool, obviously. So, yeah, we gotta get that car working. So yeah, let's take you to car number 3, a car you definitely don't expect. If you are following my Instagram and you check my story, you would have already seen this car, but likely you haven't. So yeah, stick around and we're gonna check out the last little thing, shorty.
Why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why you keep fucking with me? You gon' make me jump out my skin, believe me. Push these niggas off me like push these bitches off me like push these niggas off me like pushing the snakes, I'm pushing the fakes, I'm pushing them all off me like pushing them all off me like yeah. I be immune to shit, tucking the broom and shit, done with assuming shit. Know you a joke, my answers the close, I holla at the moon and shit. Know the results, the ballot is in, man, I'm about to boom again. You funny, dog. Peekaboo, can't hide behind your money, dog. For a week or two, I meditate on running lost. Swerve, 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 shake the currents off. Yeah. Push these niggas off me like push these bitches off me like push these niggas off me like pushing the snakes, I'm pushing the fakes, I'm pushing them all off me like pushing them all off me like yeah. Head up, chest out, silence. I'm stressed out. Shh, be quiet. I'm stressed out, stressed out, stressed out, stressed. Hit my daughter up, she need all the love. I need all the love, I mean all of us. It's like 6 o'clock, bitch you talk too much. You making it awkward love, I mean it's hard enough. I mean it's.
They don't fuck with me even if they could. Pull out the stick, hit a bitch with the wood. First part roll was breaking the hood. Don't worry about us over here, we good. The AP Roman numeral, everybody go and need pharmaceuticals. I ran my whole conglomerate, I was just mapping shit out in the cubicle. Suicide cool is a funeral. Track hard lunch like a slingshot. Big ol' ruby diamond on my pinky finger, that bitch look like a ring pop. Money on my mind, money on your head. Can't ride 3 times when you coming through the jets. Red Cross kept a nigga fed. In the studio with K-Dot, fresh out the feds. Yeah, you niggas can't stand the rain. You niggas don't stand a chance. Yeah, shuffle like candy pain. I spin the bin in the bins. I call the bill off of Google out. I'm the type to get my shooter wet. I had to survive off a tuna pack. 5% tint on the whip, like who's that? Cool take off like it's mad. Beat the dope with a fork, I'm whipping up Sudafed. I'm doing scams in the lab. Every Thursday, girls, they spend the time with my daughter, make me go harder. Every Sunday, sons, they teach my boy to be a man, I ain't had no father. Fell in love with the block, I ain't had no part, just sawed off shotgun marver. Stacking them on a proper art with diamonds, look like marbles. All of my water, aqua, beating the block up till we spout them. I don't want your ice, boy, I want your life, but fuck it, I still might rob them.
Go. Push these niggas off me like push these bitches off me like push these niggas off me like pushing the snakes, I'm pushing the fakes, I'm pushing them all off me like pushing them all off me like yeah. Head up, chest out, silence. I'm stressed out, be quiet. I'm stressed out, stressed out, stressed out, stressed out.
I pull up with a pink toe. She sucking the dick. I put some diamonds on her toes. Let her hold on and I'm rich. We was used to pulling that money go for miles. I've been getting it since a toddler. I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto. Handle my problems, I ain't scared. I put powder on my collar, cause she proud of what I said. I'm a leader, I got on follow. In my footsteps like the feds. I shoot like I'm Montana. Chop up bullets, make them shit. Black on black, new phantom in the backseat sipping red. Bitch, I'm from Atlanta with these hoes ready dick like pig. Condo like the pharmacy, I got codeine in my fridge. My bro on a steaming stove, cooking crack like grits. Got this vibe on a tippy toe, struggling in a pit. LA live, I'm staying at the lows with this Hollywood bitch. Got a 9 and a snub nose, can't wait to let it hit. Pull up with a stick, I pull up with a stick. I pull up with a pink toe, whipping, she sucking the dick. I put some diamonds on her toes, let her hold on and I'm rich. We was used to pulling kick doors, you can still call it a leak. You broken, can't be fixed. When the names is spent the nick. How you pull that don't make sense. I made a whole mile off an inch. I had 99 problems, I just scratch your heart the list. Got some means and winnings, all on my neck, cause a quarter brick. I've been getting it since a toddler, I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto, handle my problems, I ain't scared. I put powder on my collar, cause she proud of what I said. I'm a leader, I got on follow, in my footsteps like the feds. I shoot like I'm Montana, chop up bullets, make them shit. Black on black, new phantom in the backseat sipping red. Bitch, I'm from Atlanta with these hoes ready dick like pig. Condo like the pharmacy, I got codeine in my fridge.
Bestie, I just hit my friend, told her catch me. I'ma lick her skin, she so precious. Might not fuck again, she too messy, but hit me with flicks.
Last, but certainly not least, is the Chevy SSR. Now, I had a customer, and they said, hey, we had a little mishap on the highway. What do you think? And I said, well, I think you got a fucking hell of a problem. So, we'll go back to the wheels. We'll just start with the wheels first. Because, let's be realistic here. The wheels are fucked, right? And I got, sent me photos of the car, and it got wrecked out down in Miami. I had one of my homies, he's got a transport business, go pick up the car and then bring it back up here. So, he dropped it off at my house, and boom, that's where we're at, right? So as you saw in the video, this is taco shape. This is no longer a circle, right? And like I showed you in the video, every wheel is bent. So that means everything not good. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's a slight bend. I could fix that, this, that, and the third. And yes, you can fix this. Take the tire off, bring it to one of those tire places. They torch the fuck out of it. They use their wheel press to like press the shape back in there. But I know that even if you fix these wheels, obviously not that one, it ain't never gonna ride smooth, no matter what. You get really close, obviously, but it ain't gonna ride smooth. You know what I'm saying? That's all there is to it. Shorty. So anyways, so here's what happened. They're driving on the highway doing 70, whatever the case is, and they ran over what they thought was a 2x4 and what I think is a 4x4 because that's excessive as fuck. So what's wild to me is that we have two bends. This is obviously the first major impact, and you know, the wheel's bent, cracked, whatever. Now, if you see this schmutz right here in the end, this is the brake line. Not this one, this one. This is the brake line. Now, here's the scary part, right? Hold on a second here. You see it. This brake line looks okay, right? Just a little bit of, come on, focus now. Oh, let me put it down. Use my hand, I don't know. But yeah, so we got a shininess right here, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, okay, well, that doesn't seem so bad. But in all reality is they could see fluid dripping in the corner, and you can see in the wheel it's got dark and it's a bunch of brake fluid, a bunch of bullshit, right? So the impact crushed the wheel hit the brake caliper, not this one, but this is the same brake caliper, but it hit the brake caliper or hit the brake line on the caliper because of the way it protrudes, and it cracked the line. That line doesn't even look cracked. That's the scary part about that. And so it cracks the brake line, and I don't know if the brake line's cracked because it doesn't look fucking bad. And then I don't know if the caliper's cracked. I don't know if the fitting is broken. So I ended up finding a guy that parts these cars out, and I went all the way 2 hours, far as hell away from me, and I picked up full set of wheels, full set of brakes, and I picked up an entire rear end also. Initially, when I looked at the car, how do I put it? The rear end looks off, and I thought that the rear end was a not straight axle. I thought it was independent rear suspension, IRS. Unfortunately, it's a straight axle back there, which means it's pretty simple. It's got a panhard bar and it has 4 links, you know what I'm saying, nothing crazy. But when I was looking at the car from behind, right, I'm just like, yo, what is going on? There we go. I'm looking and I'm like, oh, these wheels just don't seem right. And then I'm doing like body style measurements of this side and then on this side, and I'm like, yo, like they're not the same on each side. And I'm like, oh shit, the rear end's swayed or it's moved or something's damaged back there. You know what I'm saying? Something. And I'm like, it doesn't add up. So I got a rear end also, a complete rear end, and I had to pull it out of the car. Yeah, that was fun. So to spend 3 hours in the hot sun pulling it out of the car, and we got it out, obviously, because it's the back of the truck. Got the wheels, got the brake calipers, came back, got the car, and as you saw, I wasn't going to initially record working on that car, but then I thought, you know, why not? It's kind of an interesting vehicle. You know, let's be realistic here. It's kind of it's a cool car. I mean, not exactly my cup of tea, but I like how it looks from the back. That's cool, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's a little tight for me because I'm tall, but still not bad. And luckily, everything worked out. We changed the wheels and tires, changed the brakes, bled the brakes. And as you saw in the video, that was actually my old boss. I don't know if it's included, but that was actually my old boss. He stopped by to actually rent my excavator because my excavator's rent is for rent if you're in the same county as me. And Like, he stopped by and I said, hey, while you're here, you know how you get somebody? You know what I'm saying? I got him. I'm like, hey, while you're here, let's go ahead and bleed these brakes real quick, pal. So the reason why I had to have someone else bleed the brakes with me is because for whatever reason, the car wouldn't vacuum bleed brakes. Now, I have never experienced that before, and hold on. That's cat fur. You see my fuzzy boy, I don't know where he's at. So, I've never experienced that before where the car won't vacuum bleed, right? Super strange. And I'm like, it's just not working out. But we ended up bleeding it, you know, the old school way, someone pumping, someone bleeding, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And fully bled the brakes. I think I had a fucking brake flush. We bled it so much just to make sure it works. And yeah, that's kind of how that went. Now it's kind of, like I said, it's strange it didn't vacuum bleed. Because I vacuum bleed everything because I love it because you can do it by yourself and it's as easy as it gets, you know what I mean? So like, that's why I spent a lot of money buying the vacuum bleeder tool from Snap-on, which you can buy one from Harbor Freight, by the way. But yeah, so I coaxed him into doing that shit. And then, you know, old school days of, hey, while I'm doing this, you can do that. And then we just get this shit done way quicker. So, you know, it kind of worked out really good. And I've already test driven the car. It's on the video, test drove it. But I drove it an hour away to test for any shakes in the chassis, any pulling. And to be fair, the rear tires shouldn't have any wear marks in it. The front tires, I can tell, are worn. But even with the front tires being worn and the rear tires being, you know, pretty much fucking beautiful, the car drove straight, has a slight right pull to it. So we'll put new front, we'll have the customer put new front tires on, and then also end up doing an alignment, not here, from an alignment shop. That way they can actually degree it and line it, make sure everything's square. And as long as everything works out and the car drives straight after that, good to go. But if it doesn't, I have a full rear end, full suspension, full everything to change it out. In the video, I forget if I included it in the video. I'm pretty sure I did. I removed some of the control arms because I'm like, man, one of these control arms is bent somewhere. And I figured it was on the driver's side of the car. So basically, by removing the rear end, I'm like, okay, I didn't pull rear end, the control arms. I'm measuring them, I'm comparing them side to side. I'm like doing everything I can to make sure they are both dead square. And I'm like, man, these things are super square. So I put all the original stuff back on the car back there. And as you also saw, I fixed the exhaust. And the exhaust wasn't bent from this impact. The exhaust was actually bent from the original owner. And the original owner must have bottomed out the pumpkin and it crushed the exhaust. And that crushed exhaust ended up tweaking that one, that was the side that we cut and welded. It ended up tweaking that side and pulling it in. And the inside of the exhaust was touching the, what do you call it, spare tire? Yeah, I don't have spare tires on any cars, so I don't know what it's called, right? But it ended up touching up the spare tire and pointing really retarded from the exhaust. Okay, cool. So I ended up, you know, you've seen it, cut it, re-weld it, just so that way I can pull it back straight. I ended up taking like a 1x1 or 1.5 by 1.5 or a piece of wood or whatever, or a 2x2. I don't know what size that is, but so I ended up taking it, sticking it in the muffler, having 2x4s wedged between the muffler and the shock body, and prying it back because it was pointed just straight up that way, right? So then, yeah, is it perfectly square in the holes? No, but whatever, right? So we got it even with this side, boom. Then after that, I think it was off camera, I can't remember, but I noticed this side was pointed down, and I'm like, all right, man, I can't just do the one side, then you look back here and it's like, okay, one side's down and one side's, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So this, I ended up taking the bracket that it's sitting on and crushing the bracket to lift that side up a little bit. So now for the most part, they're pretty damn close to being the same on each side, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you on this shit. This is an interesting one, you know what I mean? Kind of an interesting vehicle, you know what I mean? It's basically an El Camino from the 2000s. Very, very limited run of these cars. And also something I discovered too is that they are built off of a Blazer chassis. So this is a Chevy Blazer with 2 doors and a convertible with a truck bed on it. So this is 6 lug. This is the same brakes, the same everything, the same, you know what I mean? Like there's a These come aluminum 5.3. These come with, I think, LS2s in the newer generation. Like, they're pretty cool. It's not fast. Don't let me tell you this thing's fast, because it damn sure isn't. But it moves pretty good. It drives pretty good. Not really my cup of tea, but if I had one of these, I'd probably have to put a really large cam in it and lower it a lot and put some type of aggressive wheel combination on it. Not slam the car, but like American muscle, put some balls in it, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I like it from back here. I don't like it from the front, but I think it's still a cool car in general. And what's funny is there's a truck bed back here, but it's like a luxury truck bed. So like it has like nice rails in it with like carpet and shit. And that's part of it. So like you can't, it's limited space. It's like having a hatchback, except for you can't go through the cab. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. Oh, I thought my boy Fuzzy Slippers, my mechanic, was underneath the car. Oh, there he is actually. Right there. Hey, Fuzzy Slippers, where are you going? Yeah. So, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Kind of weird doing some weird shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I am doing random customer car. Well, I'm not doing like major shit for customers, but I'm doing light stuff. That was considered light. I mean, not doing the rear-end shit, but you know, wheels and tires, a little bit of brake replacement, stuff like that. So I am doing stuff like those kinds of jobs now, which is cool, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Until I get my paint booth going, I don't really take on paint jobs at the moment, but I'm gonna make shit happen, and we ain't gonna stop till we pop. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's what it is. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're gonna be doing some more things. I forget what we're gonna be doing next. I want to take the red Civic to the track really bad, actually. I just want to see if I can get it to get it in the 14s, not even running as good as it could, and then put it in that car, my car, and then get it to run like it's supposed to. I have like all new seals and gaskets and, you know, everything for that motor, because when I got that car, I'm like, oh yeah, cool. I saw pictures, I'm like, no leaks in this motor, it's fucking awesome. Then I get there, I'm like, oh, it's got leaks, great, you know what I'm saying? So, okay, you know what I mean? So that car, it's a cool car. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is taking the swap out of this car and putting it into that car, maybe painting that car, and just kind of moving it on. You know, obviously listening to it's gonna be pretty obvious, but obviously listening to the rings need to be replaced, and just put a standard head, non-VTEC head back on that motor, put it in that car, move it on, you know, kind of go from there. I think that could be a potentially quick, small front project. The engine bay looks really good in that car, as you saw. So it's like, I don't know, I think somebody could really enjoy that kind of car, you know what I mean? Plus, like, the interior is super nice. Try to find some door panels for it or something, and, you know, kind of go from there. But I don't know. Let me know. Do you think I should sell that car as a shell and just part that whole shit out, or should I make it kind of cool and then sell it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Also, with that, the Waffle Civic, the brown one, we're gonna be digging back into it here soonish, because I got the AC in that car to work, and since it does work, I just need to clean up the idle and kind of get a few more things going for it. And then that car, I might just drive it for a little bit while this is down. So we'll see how that goes. And the more I drive that car, I'll try to put some better wheels on it. It's actually got good suspension on there. So I'll try to drive that car more like in a daily driving manner, so that way I can kind of work out any little kinks, any little bugs it's got, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So that way also for you guys, whoever wins the car, it ends up being a generally car that's, you know, good. Still a 90s car, you're still gonna have to end up fixing and replacing shit. It's just, that's 90s car shit, that's all there is to it, you know what I'm saying? But to drive that car, to rip it, to beat on it, probably take it to the track too, why not, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, stick around, check it out, you know what I'm saying? And just remember in life, always stay sucker free.